Hi everyone, this is Tammy Lynn Chambers, and this is my February energy reading and light language. And the energetic theme that came to me for February is kind of an overarching theme, my guides are saying. So the theme is golden opportunities abound. And there's different spokes of the umbrella of what these golden opportunities kind of consist of. So they're saying three ways to look at this month. There's the way of the self, the way of others, and the way of my planet, as they're calling it. And they're saying that we're already seeing this. If we go back to the daily guidance for the past couple of days, we are going to start to be receiving guidance, one, to help you with your lightworker ascension upgrade path. Another, to start those of you who are ready to work in service to others, you'll be starting to receive guidance on service work and how you can do things to benefit others as a light worker. And then the third is going to be planetary ascension and service, and how you can use your gifts and your magic to help Gaia ascend. And that was evident in, if you go back, I don't know when people are going to listen to this, but if you go into the daily guidance for February 2nd, it was all about helping work with helping step down energy that's coming from galactic sources and from the sun to help Gaia in her ascension process. And that's working with and through ley lines and helping heal parts of Earth that need some extra love and support right now, and in working with the earth dragons who have whose assignment it is to help stabilize the earth and helping her receive these new energies. So it's really all about the love, and of course that's really all it is about. So first I'm going to speak to the oneness of yourself and your ascension process, and what golden opportunities abound has to do with that process. And we will be getting to light language from galactic unicorns this month. And in addition to that, as you're thinking about the guidance that I'm going to be sharing here for February, I also want to bring up my free workshop 555. Because it plays into accepting new energies into your soul patterns to help set you up for the remainder of the year, my guides are saying. So this is a free 5 journeys, 5 light language activations, and 5 miracles, small miracles that will happen throughout the course of the workshop to those that are participating. So if that sounds interesting to you, there's a link in my profile to take a look at that. It does begin on the new moon, which is February 4th. So in terms of golden opportunities for yourself and your ascension path, this month, and we've been saying this now for at least a week or so going into February, that things are going to be starting to move very quickly. So what that means is you're on an accelerated path in your ascension, and it's just going to keep getting faster and faster for you. So faster manifestations, faster alchemical processes, faster light body activations, faster downloads. And as you rise in frequency, you're going to be able to accept more higher energies and sound harmonics into your light body field. So this all makes for, I think, it just feels very energizing and exciting to me. But at the same time that there's energization, that's the word, the same time we're being energized and activated and all that, that is really amped up energy. And so we have to find places of stillness and rest to help balance that out and integrate those energies into our form and into our being. Because if not, it will be kind of easy, because of the swiftness of things, to go into an overload. So you have to stay very grounded this month. And really here on forward, you need to be getting really good at your daily practices. And I can just knowing folks, knowing my followers, knowing people I've talked to, I can say that my guides are saying 95% of the people that listen to this are not consistent in their daily practices of cleansing, clearing, shielding, protecting your energy, and that you're going to have to get diligent, like with capital letters, in doing this. And they're saying if that means you set alarms to remind yourself, set your phone alarm to remind yourself, like, oh, it's time to clear my energy, it's time to shield myself, it's time to activate my sacred heart. These are all processes that are very simple to do and take under 5 minutes. But if you don't know what you're doing, then it kind of seems like overwhelming to think about. But if you are not able to keep yourself in a place of balanced perspective, and doing these daily little rituals is going to help you do that, then it will be very easy to, I think I said this yesterday in my live, it'll be very easy for you to kind of go into like a tilt overload kind of status, and we don't want that. So self-care, self-love, self-preservation in the way of protecting your sacred heart and your sacred energy from all these high intensity waves coming through. Like, you want to absorb them, but there's a way to work with them, and so we need to be cognizant of that. And so my guides are bringing this up now, pushing me to make this announcement, just to get it out there for folks, is I will be starting a new monthly program that all has to do with teaching people more about kind of the lightworker's way, and how to work with all of these different spokes of the wheel that I'm talking about now. And I'm going to have more information to follow on that after the new moon. So sometime next week after the new moon, I'll be opening up all the details on that. So if you've been looking for a place of community, a place where you can learn, a place where you can get questions answered, and a place where you can sit in community circle and have conversations with each other, and then also get bonus materials and stuff like that from me to help you on your path, then that's what this program is going to all be about. And that's going to be like a monthly subscription service. So very affordable with discounts and stuff. So just to put that out there, if that's something you've been thinking about, where you need more like-minded souls and more education. I think there's people out there craving more education, and they don't know where to look, and they're kind of like all over the place, seeking out, different resources and Googling, and not really finding maybe what they're looking for, or what they're finding is older energy, because all these new energies are coming in now and opening us up to higher frequencies. And so a lot of the information that's out there, my guides are saying post 2012, but even in the past couple of years, like all of that information, not that it's wrong or anything, but there's new information and newer frequencies coming in, and people are going to start resonating with things in a different way. So some of that stuff is going to have to kind of be reworked. So that is all ways to support yourself, ways that I will be reaching out to support others, which goes into the second spoke of the umbrella, is golden opportunities for supporting others this month. And more of you who have been on this journey for a while, and even those of you new to the journey, like there's quite a few people I'm coming into contact with who are really old souls, but in this lifetime, like they're just so new to the spiritual path, like they don't know anything about it. They don't understand how to work with energy. They don't understand how they and their energetic self kind of affects things around them. And so they have to be reawakened to that within themselves. It's not that there's anything wrong. It's not that, they're behind, what are they saying? They're saying behind the 8 ball. It's not that there's anything wrong. They're not doing anything wrong. They have all of this information within their Akash, but it just needs to be reawakened in this lifetime. And so some of you are ready to step into a place where it's time for you to use your spiritual gifts to awaken others and to help others activate those parts of themselves that are dormant and that need to come alive. And so they're telling me again to mention 555 because that's got 5 activations in 5 different Akashic areas of your past lives that will help bring forth some of those dormant teachings and learnings that are asleep within you until you actually get the activation that kind of wakes up those cellular memories within yourself. So go back and look at the 555 workshop if you're interested in that. But for those of you that are ready to step out, there's many people that know that they're ready, but they don't know what to do next. They know that they think, or they know that they are supposed to be doing something with a spiritually based business, but they're not sure where to start. They want to open up more to helping others in different ways. They know they're a light worker. They know that they've had past lives as shaman, as priestesses, as medicine people, as whatever, but they just kind of don't know where to start next. And I don't even remember what channeling I talked about. But for these people, there's kind of two different, not two different levels, but 2 different states of these folks, or this, if you recognize this in yourself. One state is you're a little bit more advanced along the path. You've got followers. You've been developing programs. You've been developing things to engage people. All of those Akashic records as healers and teachers and all of that have opened wide up for you. You have innate knowing of everything that you're supposed to do, and you're following your guidance and you're doing it. For those people, the golden opportunities are just going to come like out of left field, my guides are saying. Like you will have felt like, okay, I've tried this in the past and nothing worked for me, but now you're just going to see things exponential growth, they're saying, for 2019 and beyond. And you're kind of going to wonder, like, well, what happened? Because nothing was moving and now everything is just moving. And it's just the state of being. It's just the way the energy is flowing now. And it's just that it is your time in terms of divine timing to get some recognition and to get the following and to get yourself out there in all the ways that you foresaw. Because many of us foresaw these futures for ourselves, or things in our vortex that came into our psychic visions and saw ourselves like doing all these things that were really big in nature, and then we would kind of see like we got stalled, and so we kind of got discouraged about it. And we may have even said like, well, maybe I was imagining that, maybe that wasn't really meant for me. And yes, it was meant for you. I'm here as your confirmation that yes, you were on the right path, you were on the right track. It just either wasn't time, the energy wasn't in the right place at the right time, or you were needing to wait for another wave of people to awaken for you to become their catalyst, for you to become the leader in their soul group. And so it was nothing you did wrong. And they're saying, so let that go from yourself, that feeling that you were doing something wrong, or that, this wasn't meant for you, because they're saying that is far from the truth. And you need to just step forward knowing that now is your time, and you will see many golden opportunities come your way. Like they just keep saying out of left field, things are going to come and just be like, whoa, not blindsiding in a bad way, but just all these doors are going to start opening for you. For the second kind of state of person that's ready to begin helping others. These are the folks that have not fully opened up to their Akash yet. They are light workers. They know they want to help more people. They've done a lot of clearing personally, and they are ready to move forward, but they're not quite sure what they want to do next. They're not grounded enough to be hearing their own guidance at times, and they're taken away by distractions that keep you from being focused on your path. And these people are in a state where they are ready to start gathering followers. They've been speaking personally about their own journey, and so they've got people interested in what they have to say, and they engage people very easily by telling their story, by being like very outspoken about what their spiritual path is, and then people get excited and want to follow them. And for those people, that's where you are going to have to find quiet time this month and start listening to your guidance. Like, put your phone down, put your electronics down. You're going to have to, they said, schedule time for it. If you can't just knowingly do it, because you're on a breadcrumb trail right now. You're going to start getting guidance to do things that may not necessarily make complete sense, like one thing at a time. Like today, it may be go start a YouTube channel, and you may be like, well, what? I don't want to make videos or whatever. And then tomorrow it may be, think of a name for your website. And it's all going to start piecing itself together, but you've got to get quiet to hear it, and you've got to take action on the guidance, or you will kind of become stuck on the breadcrumb trail. You'll be going in a circle because you won't be able to move to the next thing until you complete the guidance you were already given. So be very aware of that this month. And if it's energy coming in too fast for you to think about, like, I'm getting too many downloads, then you need to get quiet and you need to be like writing them down as action steps and action items for you to follow up on, and make sure they resonate with you, because from law of attraction, we're putting it out there in the universe, like, we want to move forward, we want to do this, that, and the other. And so we're going to start getting all these great ideas, all these golden opportunities. And this is like really message for overall for everybody, for any of this whole monthly audio, is make sure it resonates with you. Make sure it speaks to your heart and fills you with joy, because it's no good if you're just doing something for the sake of doing it and it doesn't light you up and get you excited. Because we can get all sorts of ideas. We're master manifestors now. And so the universe is giving us ideas. We know how to manifest. We know how to work with the law of attraction. And so we're going to get ideas. But if they really don't light you up, don't go with it anyway. Because you can say, like, yeah, that is a good idea, but, maybe not. And you can set it aside and open the door for something different to come through that really could be the one that lights you up and is really exciting. So that's just how I work with my books too. Like, I'll open a sacred container for a new novel, and I'll invite characters in to present their story to me, and then I kind of listen to it and I resonate. Do I resonate with this? Is it exciting? Like, do I want to write a whole book about this story? And if I get really into it, then for me that's a go. But there's many times when I've been presented with stories and characters, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to write about this right now. Like, I just don't feel like in the mood to do that. It just, maybe another time, like maybe I'll just kind of jot it down and come back to it. So make sure that these golden opportunities, these ideas, all this stuff coming to you is exciting to you and lights you up. Otherwise, you're going to drain your energy. Okay, so that's enough said on the second spoke, which is service to others. So lastly is planetary service. This one is part of a light worker's path, and it is part of something that we signed up for. Most of us, they're saying, when we came to the planet, they're saying not everyone is in service to the earth in the same way. So some of you, they're saying, are, okay, here's what's happening. Let me just take a step back for a minute. They're telling me to take a step back because I've been wanting to explain this one thing before and I haven't really done it. So we're becoming more crystalline in nature. So think of your crystals, because everybody listening to this has worked with crystals. We are becoming like a giant physical crystal, okay? And people are even posting pictures about their skin looking crystallized, and you can look at it like in the sunlight, and you don't have glitter or lotion on or anything like that. You can see yourself sparkling in the light. We are becoming like crystals, and thus we need to be treating ourselves as we would treat our crystals, which means we need charging, we need clearing, we need activation, we need intention set for what we're supposed to do. So that's another easy way for you to think of yourself as I'm just a large crystal, and look up how to work with crystals, and you'll know that that's what you need. So some people, in terms of planetary service, all of us are becoming like large crystals. Some people's role in planetary service is just to be a large crystal. So what does a clear quartz crystal do? It enhances and activates that around it, and it draws in prismatic light from the Earth's surface and from the cosmos around it. It draws in the sunlight. If you've ever put your crystals in the sun, you'll see them like projecting prisms and rainbows and all sorts of stuff. So some people's role in planetary service is you're just a large activator crystal, which means you go to places and you brighten things up and you lighten things up and you bring in joyful energy, but there's nothing you have to do. You just have to be there in physical form. Okay, and they're saying not even in physical form. So some of us are going to start getting guidance in our meditations, and if you allow it, like spontaneous downloads. Like I have 24/7 access to my guides. Like I'm like, you just ping me if you need me. Like I don't need to open a energetic circle to talk to you and all that. It's like kind of the old way of doing things. So some of us may be just called into action to go help somewhere, and we can energetically place ourselves as a live crystal somewhere. So for example, this morning in my meditation, I wasn't planning on it. I was just kind of sitting in my 5-dimensional sacred space, and I got picked up in my Merkaba body, almost like, it was really funny because my guides kind of did it like, when you hear like the traffic reports and somebody's flying in the helicopter and they're like, okay, Bill, I'm flying over the 101 freeway right now, whatever. That was kind of how my guides showed me. Like they picked me up in my Merkaba body, and they moved me over to the 101 freeway in California and over to the San Andreas fault lines, and they had me, they were playing with me along the way, like kind of like, okay, Tammy, I'm looking down on the 101. But in reality, what they were having me do is they were having me use my eyes, in this case. So what is that, X-Men? There's a guy in X-Men, and he had like he would wear those glasses, but when he would take them off, like those beams would come out of his eyes and do different things. So in this case, they were having me use my eyes and project like really heavy prismatic diamond light to seal up some of the bigger cracked fault lines in the San Andreas fault line. And they were moving me like a little helicopter in my Merkaba body along the whole fault line. And then they moved me over to Kilauea, and they had me put an energetic snow cap, I guess is what they're saying, on top of one of the larger cones, because they just kept saying, I'm getting shivers as I'm saying this, they're saying it's not time yet, and they wanted me to cool that cone down a little bit because we're not ready for that seismic activity yet, they said. So that meditation, in no way did I have any idea where that was going. So I have made it an intention in my meditations, for my guides. I will invite them in. And if I don't want to invite them in, if I don't want to go anywhere like that, you can always say, I need to quietly meditate. But in this case, today's thing was about planetary service. So they were asking me to be in service in those ways. So that's what's going to start happening to some of you. You're going to be guided into service, and you have different spiritual gifts that you've been given. All of us come from different cosmic and angelic backgrounds and can use our gifts in different ways. And only you know what that is, unless you go to someone who's like a cosmic channeler like myself or whatever, and can help you identify what those ways are. And we can look into your cosmic rainbow body, and we can tell you, like, okay, this is how you can use that if you're not sure. So golden opportunities for planetary service, they're just going to come to you. If that's something you're interested in doing, you know that's what you're supposed to be doing, then just ask your guides, I'm open to that, and just ask them to show you or come to you and help you, tell you what you need to do, and you can go do it. You can make intentions to do this in your dream time as well. You can send yourself to different locations. You can just go sit somewhere. You might be projecting light. You might be projecting healing. It may be humanitarian healing. They may ask you, they're saying, like, to go to Ethiopia and spread some famine relief in the way of energetic manna, they're saying. So, okay, again, I'm getting like big confirmation as I'm talking about this. So they're saying that you are able to spread energetic manna. If you're not sure what that is, it's talked about in the Bible too, but it's energetic food, not necessarily physical food, but it's food that will sustain you even if you don't have physical food around. So that's very interesting. It's the first I'm like really getting tingles for this. So it's the first that I've heard or just thought about us doing that, and obviously it makes perfect sense. It had never come up before. So some of you may be guided to do something like that, like help with famine relief by going and spreading this manna around for folks that need it. All right, so I think we've come to the part of the reading where it's time for the light language. So I'm going to pause for a minute, and then I'm going to be bringing in galactic unicorns. So they're saying, imagine a rainbow unicorn coming down. His horn is filled with golden vibrations of light and love. They're like golden sparkles coming out of it, and see yourself surrounded by this unicorn light. They're saying these are elevated sound harmonics that are vibratory, so that kind of wakes up dormant cells within yourself and activates DNA at more of a cosmic level. Okay, this is a big download coming through. This next one, just kind of get ready for this one. They're saying it's Pleiadian unicorn, but I feel it's going to be really fast. Okay, whew, that was a lot. Hold on a second. I just have to refocus my speaking ability. Okay. That's really going to help you balance out. That's going to awaken some planetary service, past life memories in you. And that's going to bring you more in line with service work that you've been destined to do. So I hope that helps, and I'm really excited for all of us. I would love to hear from folks, either through comments in this video, or through direct message about your experiences with this energies or with these energies, any assistance that you might need on your path. Just reach out, and to make sure that you're getting all these audios and all this information, make sure you're subscribing to the channel and turning the notifications on, because I am going to start posting a lot more regularly now. I'm going to be starting to do a lot of extra things because I'm going to have just the capacity to start doing more now. So if you're interested in my work and how I can help you on your path, then just make sure you're subscribed for all of that. So I hope you have a beautiful February, and we will talk to you next month. Bye.